Darcy Edwards with Queen Bee Leadership Training and Edwards Realty Trust. And today on our show, we have Subin Xavier. Okay, this man is amazing. His family is amazing. They are frontline workers. And just to be honored, have you here, and just to say thank you as well. Business owner as well, owns a company called Royalty Trips. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But I just wanted to say thank you for joining us today, and just thank you for your for taking on helping people during this super fun time we're having.
Thank you.
We're both at our houses going, So I'm just so glad that you're able to join us and juggled your schedule to get on. And I just really appreciate you and your family. Why don't you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself, if not everybody knows who you are?
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
Darcy, I want to again thank you for this invite. I love to. I'm like glorified that like, oh, she chose me to be on the show. Okay, this is cool. But so my name is Subin Xavier, owner of Royalty Trips. My wife and I own that together. We are also nurses at Kaiser Permanente. We love being nurses. We love being able to provide assistance to anybody that needs help. And again, I want to thank you for this opportunity to come and talk to you, inform everyone about what we do. At the same time, thank our friends in the police departments, in the fire departments, and our EMTs, our medical assistants. Those are our frontline staff also, and we love them. On a daily basis, we speak to, or we come into several people, and how we can help them is tremendous, and we hear that feedback every day. But I appreciate this opportunity, and we'll see how it goes.
All right. And also, I wanted to add to that. Because I think, isn't it like Nurses Week, Nurses Day this week?
This week is Nurses Week.
I'm not that I did that on purpose, but I may have done that on purpose. But also, you brought up a really good point before, is thanking everyone who's checking on each other, because I think this has been a glorifying time of that whole bringing people together to check on each other, and to be able to actually have some hospitality towards our neighbors and get to know our neighbors, and learn a little bit more about the people we live next door to. And also, I wanted to thank the teachers who are right now having such a hard time doing a lot of work, trying to get your kids through school, and not being able to be in front of them it's very difficult for most teachers that I know, and my teacher friends. They are suffering too. So we're all frontline workers, and I just thank you so much for giving to our community. Let's talk about the fun thing, your Royalty Trips. So tell us how that started and what that is.
Yeah. So again, so it started as my wife and I were nurses. We also have a family. We don't really get to go on vacations unless it's like pre-planned. Where pre-planning really doesn't work, because we don't know if the team's going to survive without having a person there. And so we're like, okay, so we apply for vacations just for everybody else on a team. And then we're like, okay, do you know if we got it? No, not yet. Okay, so we can't act on it. But when we do get approvals for, Subin, you're off for a week. Awesome. And then I'm like, wait, so my wife, Anjali, she's like, she doesn't know if she's and then there was one instant where we both got approved. We found out like kind of last minute, we're like, hey, this was approved. What are we doing? Where are we going? I was like, oh, okay. So as we're looking at all the best destinations of traveling to, of course, Mexico comes up. And we're like, okay, Cabo it is, right? Okay, but we're like, the flight's kind of early. How are we getting there? I don't want to wake up any family members, have them, because either way, we got to get like 2 cars, because if we're going to get luggages for everyone, it's like for a week and a half. So, okay, we're going to have some large luggages. We have us 5. How are we going to do this? I'm like, man, okay, let's call around to see if we can find some shuttles. And they're like, oh, we can't give you a confirmation that we can pick you up or provide you service because it's last minute. But so we ran into that scenario. I'm like, wait, what? We're asking for service, we couldn't get it, and then I was like, hey, why is this happening? This shouldn't be the service, the experience that people go through. And so
Right.
that
My
was the
gosh.
first time. And then that first time we're like, okay, whatever. So we took like a regular, it was like a shuttle service. It came. I was like, it's okay, but I was like, this can be so much better. And it was always in my head, right? I was like, this can be so much better. Next time, the same scenario happened again, and we're like, wait, okay. And again, it was the same time, and we're like, we love Mexico so much that the resort was amazing. The kids loved it because it was all inclusive.
All inclusive. We love all inclusive.
I know, it's amazing.
It's the
This is the best thing invented ever, and
Yes.
placed in Mexico, so it's amazing. So when we ran into this again, it was like, okay, maybe this wasn't a one-time thing. This was a regular, with this type of traveling for families. And we're like, wait, if this is the second time that we experience this, there's got to be more of this happening. So we had it in our mind. We called around. We were offered like a Hummer limo for like $800 round trip service. I'm like, no, I'm just trying to get to the airport. But I'm like, I love the music and entertainment and all that kind of stuff. As you know, I'm in the business. But but I'm like, at 3 a.m. on the way to the airport, I want the kids to be entertained, but not all the lights and all that kind of stuff. Just like be mellow.
Yeah, you're going on vacation, not to a bachelor party.
Exactly. Or even like, I just need to make it onto the plane peacefully and without not groggy and disturbed children. So we're like, okay. And so we're like, okay, what is happening? So we had a private for hire vehicle, and I'm like, this is good, but no kind of family oriented kind of service. So as we were in Cabo, I'm like, honey, this is the second time. This is a calling. I think we need to fix this. And she's like, I agree. Hey, this is the second time that we went through this burden, and there's got to be other families, and we need to do the service for them. And truth be told, that's the way it started. And then we're like, wait, so why does it have to be just to the airports? When we go wine tasting and wine tours, we love to have someone drive us around, chauffeur us, take care of us, and drive us back home safe and sound, and not know anything. So
right, yes,
that was the other thing. And I'm like, hey, you do know if we start this, we have our own chauffeur too, right? I'm like, this is pretty nice. And so that was the brains of the business.
I love that you took a problem, right, and somebody else has to be having this issue, and I'm like, yeah, I can name off 4 families that travel that, they're always like trying to find somebody to take them, and great. You took a problem and you made it a business. That's fabulous.
Yeah, and it's what problem, and then as like business ethics wise, because I am a business major also, and I'm like in that I'm like, wait. We have a problem. Our business can solve it by this solution, and here you go.
Business 101.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that.
Exactly.
I love it. Well, I will share. I've been able to partake of your offerings before the down, whatever you call it, the COVID.
I know.
I don't even know what to call it anymore.
Yeah, I know.
At this present time. That's what I call it.
Exactly.
But it was so fun because we went to a networking event. We were able to chat. We didn't have to worry about parking. The person was there when we were leaving, ready to go. Made sure do you want snacks? What do you want to listen to on the radio? What do you want to hear? It was a really luxurious experience. And I would tell, if you're going to get back into this, because this is going to, we're going to open up at some point. You're going to be doing this obviously again.
Yeah.
It's going to be, people are not going to want to be in the traffic. They're not going to want to have that experience of feeling royalty, I love that you named it that. They want to have that experience where they feel like they're being treated like royalty. And that's, I love that.
I know.
I, I do. I love a little luxury. But I just think now everybody's so, they're so concentrated on like, okay, there's no traffic. I don't want to contribute to that.
Yeah.
And so this is such a great way to go, even to networking events. Skiing the day with your family.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And to touch base on that, again, you're providing a solution to a problem, and one of the things is like, oh, how much is this going to cost me, right? And I still remember the words that our mayor of Hillsborough, Mr. Calloway, he's like, hey, now you can be treated like royalty, and it won't cost you your kingdom.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
I know. I'm like, see, I'm taking that. That's gonna go on my from the mayor. Here you go, right? And
well,
that was also the other approach to our
very
service.
affordable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like keeping it affordable, so it's for family friendly, right? And then it's not. The goal is not to say like, hey, here's a high-end product for you to spend all this time planning and this and this. It's like, hey, you're gonna get the best service that anyone wants. You're gonna feel like hey, you're catered to. You're gonna be safe and thing. It's gonna be clean and comfortable vehicles. So not like a lower end. We're talking Mercedes, Cadillac vehicles.
I was gonna say, tell us what you got. What's in the arsenal?
Also, before this time, we put hold on 2 vehicles. We're like, oh my goodness, why am I doing this right now? But okay, so we have the Mercedes Sprinter van. That's for like the larger groups. Okay, that's the one that typically for the wine tours, wine tastings, larger groups, weddings, birthday parties, all that kind of stuff. Bar crawls, and that is phenomenal because the music, you can tell it and it'll play whichever music you want. But that's the Mercedes. Similar features to the next one is a Cadillac Escalade. So again, SUV style for private wine tours for like 3 to 6 people, perfect. And then we also have the a BMW sedan 5 Series. Is the other one. We had a stretch limo in the process, and we're like, okay, so we can't process, we can't sell, DMVs are closed. I'm like, okay, so we're still pending on some of those. Our future expansions were a stretch and then going into like a party bus style also, so like a larger party bus group. We'll see how when it's not if, it's when we resume by going into listening to our orders from the governor and such. We want to expand and provide the same service that people are safely taken in to and back comfortably, and with entertainment, of course, because who doesn't want to do karaoke when they're doing wine tasting?
Oh my gosh. Well, and then the other part of this, I'll bring it in because I do real estate. Right?
Yeah. Yes. Again. Oh my goodness.
So if you're coming up, you want to be able to enjoy your time, and I actually prefer doing it this way because we're not in 2 different cars. I can have a conversation. I'm not trying to get to the next thing, trying to figure out how to get there. I'm able to really be concentrated on the needs of that buyer. And be able to show them and give them a very luxurious tour of our state.
Sure,
and those areas. And so I have some people that when this opens up, that we need to take out.
Oh yeah, very good, of course.
To go shopping.
Yeah.
And also, I know that Kate Brown would actually watch this, but if she did, if you could open up the wineries.
Yes. Oh, hey, wineries. 2 at a time, or 1 at a time to the winery stalls, right?
She would be a rock star like that. You open up wineries, you're in for another term.
Yes.
I'm pretty much guaranteeing that you'll get reelected.
Very good. No,
be strategic. Wineries are outside. You can do 6 feet.
Exactly.
A lot of them.
And then it's showing the nature of our state,
Yes.
And then showing the nature, the greenery, and the views. It's just too much not to experience. And then, like, you're tasting. We've spoken about this. Residential tours are picking up very well, right? Of
Yeah.
like, hey, touring, having lunch somewhere. None of this is planned by. I mean, like, it's planned, but not. You're not doing the driving, and
Yeah.
your clients don't have to do the driving. It's all said and done for. So
Yeah.
it's
We can even
really
go and pick them up at the airport, go
sure.
out, go look at the houses, and
Yeah,
make a day of it. So
of
I
course.
am super excited about being able to do that when this opens up. And I have a feeling, I mean, I know real estate well enough to know that when things open up, that's when people want to go and do things. They've been stuck in their houses and they want to get out and they want to be able to do some stuff
Oh
and
yeah.
go to the wineries and go to real networking in person.
Yeah,
They're
I know,
not
right?
people are used to not having to have the traffic now and they don't want to have to fight it.
Mhm.
They are, it's worth them investing the money in that experience. Um, Share it with a bunch of people and be able to pay for that and not have to be stressed out the whole night trying to get back and forth.
Yeah,
So
or even taking a risk of in safety,
yeah,
and that's the whole problem solving, right? As like
yeah,
safe transportation.
absolutely safe, luxurious
Yes.
transportation. I love it. Well, Subin, thank you so much for taking time. I know you're so busy, and I know this was really hard for you to schedule because you are so busy, and I just appreciate you taking time to be on with us today.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take care.
Take care. Have a good day. Enjoy that beautiful sun.
Oh, I will.